Okay, we're back. It's Cory, and it's been a long day, let me tell you something. And so I got home here, and I thought I was Johnny Homemaker, and I tell you, I got the Osterrizer out, got some toast in there ready to serve up with the soup, okay? The Bisquick, Jackson likes those dumplings. I thought I'd just put that out for you. We're not making dumplings tonight. We are going to make a full batch of chicken noodle soup here with a full bag of the video cut noodles that I showed you earlier. We're going to use this thing here to make the stock low fat, okay? Some people like it low fat, and that's fantastic. Jackson's here. He already had an entire jar of soup like I had for breakfast. Okay, we'll put that back in the refrigerator. And some beef pot pie, but he won't come on camera because he's shy. And what we have here, take a look at this. This is the second half of the batch of soup from last night that is going to be made into chicken and dumplings. So here it is. We'll put that away in a second. So you can see here that I've chopped up some of the celery, onion, carrot, and so I'll just demonstrate to you what we do here. First thing we need to do is separate out this stock, but let's just take care of these vegetables since we're here. All you have to do is just a simple, anybody knows how to cut an onion. You take an onion, you cut the ends off, and you cut her in half, and you slice. See there, I've got about 1/4 inch slices there. So you do that all the way through, and then just make quick work of this and get yourself some nice bite-sized pieces. And then what happens here is you end up with this end piece. It's kind of flimsy. You're gonna toss it, okay? So now we have a full onion. We have a full stalk of celery there. Here, look at that. We'll just make some quick work of this. I left it out on purpose just to show you what we do. Okay. And then carrots, I like to get the smaller carrots. If you get the bigger ones, you have to cut them 3 times because your goal here is to get things that fit on the spoon. You'll see how small this little piece is right here. So take a carrot this size, cut it lengthways twice, and then cut it in half so you can easily dice it up and do about 1/4 inch diced pieces, okay? Make sure you don't cut yourself with your knife. Okay, good enough on that. Parsley, look at that. Just cut off these very end pieces, but keep a lot of this stem. There's an incredible amount of micronutrients and antioxidants in those stem pieces, and I always include them. And just get yourself a regular size bunch of Italian parsley diced up here. Okay, no big deal. We'll leave it there. What we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to our little friends over here. If I can remember where I put them this morning. It's that. So I've got this big pot of stock here. And this is why I said you need 2 stock pots. So you take and dump into your strainer in one. Go ahead and pull out and strain that off. Then you want to take something like a potato masher. And the goal is to get these carrots mashed up and to get as much of the carotene and vitamin C as you can out of the carrots, okay? And what we're looking for here is a in the end is about a 6, 7, 8 quarts of stock in our stock pot, okay? Get that all done, put it off here to drain, and there we go. And what you can do if you want to, just one more time also, show you this. Actually, let's just go ahead and turn this into the low-fat stock. We'll take our stock separator, our little guy here, and we'll pour down into him. And you can see what you're left with is a fat skim on top. You just pour that top little bit off. And then there's one more thing that you can do here that makes this very nice. And that's by taking your little micro strainer and doing this. Okay, you'll see that this is going to be some stock sublime right here, par excellence. And we're getting down to the end here for the fat. Just take all that and dump it out. Oh, well, we put our solids back in the stock because I spazzed out a little bit, but let's do another one. This goes pretty quick. There we go. Now this time we'll take all that solid and chafe, we'll dump it out instead of putting it back into our stock. That was a bonehead move. There we go. Each one of these is about a quart, so that was about, here's about 3 quarts. Okay. Okay. About 5 quarts of stock here. This is the bottom one, so he's got a lot of solids. We'll get rid of that first batch. So this is a really good idea to take your fine strainer and get all of this out of your soup, because otherwise that'll be in the bottom of a spoon, and sometimes I do make it and I don't do this, and you do get some solids in the bottom of your soup. And now this way here, it's a much more fine product, okay? Well, look at that. Okay. All right, now, we'll take this pot of stock and we'll put it on this back burner. And we'll take our other pot, put him here on high. Okay? We'll put a top on this stock. And now what we need to do is saute these vegetables down, okay? I've put them into the soup stock hot without sauteing them before. It takes a little bit longer for them to cook. Best way to go about it is saute them down real nice and then add the stock in, throw the meat in, add the noodles, put your salt and pepper, and you're done as soon as your noodles are ready. So what we'll do is we'll put our parsley over here, our pretty green parsley with our beautiful orange carrots and all that beta carotene and everything. We'll get the meat. So we tried to clean this meat as well as we could before putting it away, and that looks great. Just want to cut this into bite-sized pieces, okay, while the pan is heating up. And there's no real big rush here. Hey, I said by dinner by 8 o'clock. It's 7:16. We've got loads of time, okay? Kids are coming back from practice. Maybe you want this by 5 o'clock. Hey, stop your stock from cooking early, strain it, do everything that I just did, and put the soup on at 5 o'clock, and it will be just as good, okay? In a bit here, we're gonna go over, while we're waiting for these pans to heat up, we're gonna go over collagen and the benefits of collagen and how we get collagen into our system and how it appears in this soup. Okay, see, look at here. There's a little piece of tendon right there, and I don't want that in my soup. A little chunk of fat. Post-production quality control. Those look great. Looks good. Maverick's over here on my side, my trusty soldier, trusty buddy. He wants his chicken. He'll get some chicken. Trust me, he'll get chicken. Dog does not suffer, okay? At all. Nobody out there suffers. Okay. Oh, getting a little messy here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Not good TV. Okay, it's good enough. Look at that. It's ready to go. Throw that in the dog bowl, and he'll be happy. Here we go. Okay. So, let's measure out our salt and pepper. I'll show you how much we're going to use. Ooh, look at that. We've got a big chunk of onion there. Hoo-ha! Okay, done. So, the salt and pepper. Real simple. For every quart of stock, I do a teaspoon of salt. So we had 5 quarts. Okay, 1, 2, that was a big one, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little heavy, but it's okay. We had a little bit more than 5. Judging by that guy, we're gonna be okay. And then about 1 teaspoon pepper. Remember the pepper, all the brain power we get from pepper? Let's have a little extra pepper, okay. So we've got that. We can just go ahead and throw that in our stock in the old time. Look at that, boom. We'll throw it in. We'll let that get working. We got some peanut butter and jelly here. And boy, this guy is hot. Look at him, he's smoking, okay? We just put a little bit of olive oil in him. Doesn't matter, we could just take some stock and some of the fat from the stock. But you know what, we made that into such a low fat stock. We are looking good. Okay, we'll put all these carrots in. We'll save the parsley for the top. Dump the rest of that down. All right. Put that parsley right on top. Here we got a little bit of juice left over from the strainer. We'll use that right in our vegetables. There's no sense in getting rid of that. We'll top that because we want to cook these down until they get translucent. So The goal is to not pulverize the vegetables so that you can't detect what it is when you get it off of your spoon, but to also not have it too hard. It will carry over cook when you put the stock in there. It takes the soup a couple hours, depending on what you do, to cool down, so it's going to carry over cook. So we don't want to get too crazy. But what we're preparing for here is to finish off with these guys right here. It's going to be a little bit. Right about now would be a good time for a caller, but technically we're not set up for it, so we'll do that on the next show. When I'm not doing everything, and when there's a guest cook here, and I can run the technology, okay? That's what we're gonna do. I'll just clean up a little bit here. Okay, we've got a text message. Is that a caller calling in to see if they want to be on the show? I don't think so, but let's check it anyways. Let's see. No, it's political. It's election season. Okay, we don't talk about politics or religion on the show. It wouldn't be polite. Okay, when I grew up, I was always taught that to talk about politics or religion at the dinner table was very impolite and bad form. So we're not going to do it. Look at that. Ooh, our pot's a little dirty, but that's our pot of stock. Let's go ahead and just take our guy here and see how we're doing. Okay, he's not quite boiling. Those vegetables, they're getting there. Look at that, we've got chicken. It's delicious. Our Fideo cut noodles. We're almost there, folks. Appreciate you standing by. Hang tight. Okay, I tell you what we'll do. We'll do this right now. Here we go. We'll get this going. Okay. Now look at that. make that a pot of soup. Okay. Having a little trouble angling that camera there, but you get the point. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll wait for that to come up to a boil, because we want it to be boiling before we put our noodles in, okay? And we'll put the meat in at the same time. And there was something I was going to do. Exactly. So I wanted to talk to you about the collagen. It's just an all-important element and nutrient that we get into our body. So take a look at this. What is collagen? Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body, accounting for about 1/3 of its protein composition. It goes on here to say a bunch of things about collagen. But remember when I was so insistent about we're having a little difficulty again. Remember when I was so insistent about the bones and roasting the bones for an increased length of time? Okay? I'm a little bit remiss in my duty because I didn't take one of those bones out and show you, but trust me, all of that collagen around the joints and inside of the bone marrow is released into the soup stock, and we take that into our body. And that is one of the greatest benefits of eating this soup, okay? Because it says right here about collagen. You can just go ahead and read it for yourself and Google it. I'll go over here and show you again. It says, you can think of collagen as the glue that holds all these things together. In fact, the word comes from the Greek word kola, which means glue. And so what does it do in your body? Look, I'm not going to be the pedantic professor and read all this to you. Pedantry is bad. But trust me when I tell you that if you eat this soup, you are getting the greatest benefits of health and nutrition that you can possibly get in taking it into your body. Okay? Like I told you before, if you're feeling bad, you eat the soup, you will feel better. You feel great and strong, this will keep you going and make you stronger and more vigorous. I know, I've been eating this soup for a long time, and it never fails to just make me feel great. The collagen. People go and get injections and they take supplements for all this collagen. They spend a tremendous amount of money on collagen every year. Just eat the soup. I'm telling you, just make this soup and eat this soup, and you'll get it into your body. Your skin will be firmer. Your joints will feel better. Read about collagen. Go read about collagen online. I'm not lying to you, okay? And then the benefits of the C, the A, the K, the E, the riboflavin, the niacin, the manganese, the magnesium, everything that's in all the vegetables, the folate. We didn't even go over what's in this here. This is enriched pasta, so there's some really good stuff in here. But hey, look, if you want low carbohydrate, don't even put the pasta noodles in there. Just make chicken vegetable soup. Skip the pasta, skip the dumplings. No big deal, okay? But if you need to burn those extra calories, maybe you leave the fat in, okay? We took the fat out tonight. This is gonna be a very low fat version of the soup, okay? We did the stock separator and took it out. We're gonna put the noodles in, but if you're looking for low fat, low carbohydrate, all you have to do is just skim off the fat, leave the carbohydrates out, eat this soup, and you're getting everything that you need to make your body wholesome and whole and complete and make it feel well. That's the name of the game, is feeling well. Nobody likes to feel unwell. So how are we doing here? Let's check out behind us. Hey, it's boiling. Okay, look at that. Let's go ahead for a big pot of soup like that. We are going to put this entire package, that was a little bit gauche, of noodles in the soup, okay? All right. And right about now, we'll stick the meat in as well. Go in there. There we go. Now all we have to do is wait about 4 minutes. 4 minutes, the noodles are done. I always turn it off. I'll let it coast for a while. Sometimes I don't even eat it for several hours after it's been sitting on the stove and cooling off, but we said dinner by 8. It's 7:30. You can go ahead and cook this for 4 minutes, and turn it off, pull it to the side, let it mellow a little bit, put it in the bowl, put your toast down in the toaster, make toast and butter, make them a PBJ right here to go, dip it in, kids love it. You make a PBJ, dip it in the soup. Oh, it's fantastic. So hang tight for a little bit, the soup will be done in just a little bit. The toast here tonight happens to be Gold Miner cracked wheat sourdough. If you don't want that extra carbohydrates and the gluten from the cracked wheat in there, just do sourdough. Sourdough has, I'm told, no sugar in it. Better for people who are looking to be sugar and carbohydrate restricted. What the heck, we're gonna put this toast down. That soup's gonna be done. Okay, we're gonna put it in the same bowl here. See how we're doing. Okay. Yeah, no, those noodles need to cook. But there's one thing that we can do at this point, okay? It's called plating the stock. You use a plate and you bring the stock out and you roll it around the plate and you look for all those things that we strained out with our fine strainer there. You look for those little pieces of carrots and things that don't look very fine and clear. There's a little bit in here I can see. This is not quite restaurant quality. But then what you do, instead of tasting the stock from a spoon and sitting there and blowing on it and burning your lips, you put it on a plate where it cools down faster, and you sip the stock. And that's quite nice. It's very nice. No complaints there. Okay. Well, that toast is going to be done, and when it's done, we need some soup in our bowl. But unfortunately, our noodles are just not really quite expanded enough as I'd like, so we shall see. Here we go. Just let this soup sit here and coast for a while. Jackson's over here. Should we show a picture of Jackson? It's my boy. There he is right there. That's Jackson, guys. That's my kid. All right. Back to the B camera. Look at that. And there's Jackson with his dog, Maverick. Loves that dog so much. Okay. Back to the big burner. Look at the soup simmering back there. We'll let that soup simmer down. Looks good. Looks really good. Tell you what, toast is done. We can go ahead and pull it out. Take a little bit of butter on one slice. We'll make some toast and butter. How about we make a little PBJ with this guy right here, okay? Some Laura Scutters. Amadio Ranch strawberry preserves. Local ranch here. Love those guys. We get their beef pot pies, their chicken pot pies, all their stuff. And hey, like I said, dip a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the soup. That's just fantastic. Tell you what, I appreciate you guys sticking with me watching the show. We'll condense this down and turn it into a tutorial like I promised. We'll put the recipe up online. Next up is Walter Sterling. Oh, that looks bad. Next up is Walter Sterling from Chantico Restaurant. He owns Starlight Barbecue and Ocotillo Restaurant. He's gonna come in here and teach us how to make a great Mexican meal, get it on the table by 8 o'clock for your family, and you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for tuning in to Dinner by 8. I'm Cory Sanders.